Mr. Buschatzke.
Good afternoon, Chairman McSally, Ranking Member Cortez Masto, and members of the subcommittee. I am Tom Buschatzke, the Director of the Arizona Department of Water Resources. Thank you for providing me an opportunity to present testimony on behalf of the state of Arizona on the Lower Basin Drought Contingency Plan, or the DCP. It is a plan negotiated by representatives of the states of Arizona, California, Nevada, water agencies within those states, and the United States Bureau of Reclamation to address the ongoing drought in the lower Colorado River Basin that began nearly 2 decades ago and that has no end in sight. DCP also accounts for the drier future we all expect will be the norm for the river in the coming decades. The drought and that drier future could lead to Lake Mead falling to critical elevations, resulting in draconian reductions in water deliveries throughout the lower basin. The DCP is an urgent measure that could help avert such a crisis, and the time to act is now. The DCP and the Drought Contingency Plan crafted by the Upper Basin states are the latest examples of the states working together with the Bureau of Reclamation to achieve agreed-upon solutions to issues facing the states regarding the Colorado River. The Republic of Mexico has also agreed to a binational water scarcity plan for their Colorado River water that provides additional benefit to the action of the 7 basin states. We have developed a sound plan for protecting the water supply in both lakes and in the face of historic drought conditions, and we have done so in a manner that continues to protect and respect the water rights of those that rely on the Colorado River. The DCP is innovative and strikes a careful balance between flexibility and certainty that results in a more sustainable Lake Mead. The DCP is an overlay to the existing operational criteria set out in the 2007 interim guidelines that include water shortages in the lower basin to protect critical Lake Mead elevations. The DCP recognizes that the 2007 guidelines are covered by existing environmental compliance under both NEPA and the Endangered Species Act. The DCP was expressly designed to fall within the parameters of that existing environmental compliance. The DCP benefits accrue as a result of less water being delivered from Lake Mead. DCP will have consequences for water users in Arizona. Nevertheless, stakeholders in Arizona that include tribes, cities, towns, counties, irrigation districts, agriculture, NGOs, and members of our legislature came together to create an Arizona implementation plan to engender support for the DCP. Water users in Arizona, recognizing the urgent need to address Colorado River issues, agreed to make sacrifices. Their support enabled legislative action on January 31st, 2019, with nearly unanimous approval by the state legislature, authorizing me to sign the DCP documents and to bind the state of Arizona. Governor Doug Ducey signed that legislation the same day and in the same room that the landmark 1980 Groundwater Management Act was actually signed, symbolizing the importance of the Drought Contingency Plan to the state of Arizona. It is important to understand that the Drought Contingency Plan is an initiative of the 7 basin states. I recognize that the participation of the Bureau of Reclamation over the last 4 years was the key to the success of this endeavor, and I thank them. Over the last 2 decades, innovative management on the Colorado River has been dependent upon cooperation between the states and upon partnerships with the federal government. Even as presidential administrations have changed, the DCP continues that paradigm. In conclusion, I urge the adoption of the bipartisan federal legislation necessary to implement the drought contingency plans. And I thank you for the opportunity to testify, and I'm happy to answer questions.
Thank you, Mr. Buschatzke.